Good evening, everybody. This is your Commander Steve Parmley. I am with David War, the ensign of the USS Blackstone. I think he'll be right back. I think he said he had to go somewhere real quick. So, well, hello, David.
Hello.
So yeah, guys, it's nothing special. It's Monday night. I was bored. I kind of missed talking with my Trek buddy. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just get on and have an unscheduled event, and we'll see if we get people on here on the talk and go from there.
Unscheduled events tend to turn into either disasters or great things.
That is true. Somebody else is coming. Oh, well, look at the devil. See, now look, this guy I'm getting ready to bring on, let me tell you. First off, I didn't know if I could trust him. He's from Texas. Let's just say that, okay? But
here now.
But see, like so many of my other friends I've met in SFI, this guy turned out to be a hard worker. He busts his ass for us, and he's an overall good guy, except for he needs more hair on top. But hang on. Hi, Russell.
It's growing. Give it time. Good Lord.
Russell.
Good Lord. So nothing special, huh? Yeah. No warning. I just get my phone beep and it's like, Commander's live. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Don't lie. You were thinking this isn't going to end well.
No, it didn't say Hooper's live.
But no, like
dude, Hooper's involved.
I got off at 1. I was done with all my stuff. Nothing's wrong with Texas, Jason. It was an inside joke. I've got family that live in Texas. But no, it was like I get done with all my work at 1 o'clock. I deliver over 297 packages from 4:45 in the morning till 1 o'clock. I was like, I came home, cooked dinner, kids were cleaning, and I'm like, I'm sitting here. I was like, there's nothing on. I've got CBS streaming, I've got Disney streaming, YouTube TV, Netflix, and Hulu. I couldn't find shit to watch. I'm like, you know what? I'll just come on here and start talking because I have nothing better to do. What is this? Yeah, Antonio DeAngelis, if he's on or if because it shows he's listening, he should.
He's always listening.
He should get out of his little self and come on in and come play with the big boys.
I mean, there's a bunch of us who are always lurking in the shadows, trying to stir up hate and discontent. Whether we get on screen or not.
Well, let me tell you, you don't have to stir it because all I have to do is just say hi to somebody in the fleet, and it stirs the whole shit nest. Just say.
Yeah, but my question is, when we stir the pot, do we go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Depends on what type of pot. After Russell finishes cards with me, your notification came up. So yeah, John.
Let's see.
So how's everything going on in your guys' neck of the woods?
Well, I'm just trying to get through another day, waiting for some Star Trek mail orders to come in. Amazon and eBay are my friends, and looking at toward the holiday coming up to see what shenanigans I can get into and where fireworks may or may not be legal.
Yeah, well, I can feel you there. So my career at FedEx might be coming to a slight end.
Good end or a bad end?
Good for me.
And who's going to make this choice, you or them?
Me. But good for them, bad. Good for me, bad for them. So everybody's like, well, FedEx pays great money. It is if you actually work for FedEx. I'm a contractor. I get $112 a day, flat rate. So if I'm out 16 hours, I make less than a server at Old Charlie's or Applebee's.
On that thing you put in there a little bit ago, probably today, I'm going to remove it and put a better one.
Okay,
that's the one that's like just the proof. So
okay, that's fine. So yes, Mike is a good friend of mine. He's on my compliance team. He works for FedEx, but he actually works for FedEx. He's not a contractor. And what I get paid an hour, and I don't get benefits. I found out today. So,
like not at all.
They don't offer any. Not for the contract.
Oh, the benefits of working there. I know that group.
Yeah, it's owned by a contracting company out of Missouri, and they have a whole bunch of different drivers at different terminals, and they don't. Well, let me rephrase this: they offer medical and dental, but it's so expensive. It literally takes at least a third of your check, and I get paid weekly.
Yeah.
So before COVID-19 hit, I was getting close to $950 to $1,100 a week. I mean, I was a fiber optic engineer. I was getting paid good money. And COVID-19 hit. All else fails. I got laid off. I've never been laid off in my entire life. And then trying to go online to apply for unemployment, which was a joke in itself. If you all think Starfleet's database and Starfleet's help desk is horrible, try putting a Kentucky unemployment claim in. The server was down, and every time it took me 2 weeks to get a claim in. I had to call the governor's office, the state's attorney's office, and then somebody called me back and put my information for me. Sad thing is, hang on, I got a message from my daughter.
I was about to say it's only slightly less difficult than renewing your SFI membership.
That's easy.
No,
you just send a ticket. Easy. You just send it a ticket to Brandon. He just does it.
Yeah. So, long story short is, I love working for FedEx. I'm moving. I'm averaging anywhere from 12 to 16,000 steps a day. I'm, not behind a desk anymore. So, I've got 2 job offers. I've got to go for the second one on Friday. One of them is for a company called Metronet, and it is about $20 an hour. So it's about up close to what I was making. Not too bad. plus side is their benefit package is like stupidly retarded. I mean, they pay 100% of medical, dental, vision, your short-term, long-term disability, everything. And then your kids or your spouse, they pay up to half for them.
That's pretty good. That's better than the government almost.
That's really good.
And when I went and had the interview with them, they said that we've not had anybody quit out of this office in 12 years. They get quarterly bonuses. I'm like, bet. And then the other one is with another county sheriff's office. I got to go meet with them Friday and see what they're going to offer. So I might be able to squeeze back into my ballistics vest. I don't know. I've been kind of large now.
That's what Velcro is for.
Ooh, brother, man, I tell you, if you see me, David, if you see me in person, there ain't enough Velcro on this damn planet to get my fat ass into Velcro thing.
That's one of the reasons why I only own one uniform for SF. It's because finding them in giant economy, I have to connect with a tent maker to get one. My days of being a lean, mean fighting machine ended about 5 years ago.
Yeah, brother, I feel you. Trust me. It's
that's when I hung my uniform up for good, and I've only put it on. Well, yeah, thank you, David, with duct tape to get it in place.
Well, like before I got married my second time, I was very skinny. I think I wore maybe a 34 waist. I mean, I was skinny. And so I had a bunch of Trek uniforms back then. And of course, I got married, which I'm not married no more, but I got married, and she cooked everything from scratch. She made desserts almost every night. So within a year of us dating, I went from a 34 waist to a 40 in a year. And up until we got divorced, I was a 48 in the waist when we got divorced almost 3 years ago. And now I'm back down to a 44. And now that's where I'm staying. So,
that puts us about on the same scale, because I'm 6'3" and wearing some stuff that size.
I'm 6'4 and a half, 6'5", and I'm about 240 to 250. I've lost a lot of weight. Let me tell you, divorce will do it to you. Having kids, absolutely. If y'all have never met my daughters, you understand why I'm usually high strung. And
if they've watched this show, they've met your daughter.
Yeah, if you've watched this show, you've met my daughters. Let me tell you. But yeah, so it's going to be a bittersweet day when and if I decide to go ahead and leave FedEx. But I met a lot of great people. I have a great crew to work with. The trucks, it's like driving a military Jeep. It just, there's no padding in the chair and just every 5 feet. It's horrible. But, it's been a lot of fun. But, when they told me they told me today, they gave me this sheet for the prices of my my insurance and stuff, I laughed and I said, "This is a joke." And they're like, "Yeah, but this is what they offer." I'm like,
it's pretty sad when they admit it.
Well, that's what my manager told me, and he just does what his boss tells him. But like, I can't even get on the Kentucky medical card because I'm about $150 too much a month. My kids are on it because they have to have insurance. I'm not ashamed of it. I worked my entire life. I was in the service. I'm a single parent. I needed some help.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with help.
My God, it was like a third of my check. I'm like, and it's not even great insurance. Hell, I'd still like a doctor's office. I'd still have a $60 copay. What the hell? I mean, this is like, ooh, no. Yeah, see, Mike says he's got 3 kids and 9 grandbabies. He chases toddlers. But in Mike's defense, he has a nice, cushy office job. He's maintenance. He don't really come out and do the work like the rest of us. But it's okay, Mike. I still love you, brother. And no, guys, I'm not drinking. I've even broke down to buying this cheap-ass Coke.
Hey, sometimes those are better. In all honesty, Shasta
water.
is way better.
Shasta. Now Shasta's good. I tell you,
Shasta's really good.
do you guys remember back in the day? And I'm going to say back in the day because it was a long time ago. Surge.
Yeah, the you don't give it to your kids.
15 times
generic Jolt.
Yeah, 15 times the caffeine of Coca-Cola. Do y'all remember that shit?
Yeah, see, it was Jolt Cola, but with Mountain Dew flavoring and twice the amount of sugar. Like, I remember I used to drink that shit habitually.
And of course, it left and went away. Well, you can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
So
they still make it in certain places still.
So I ordered some, and I brought it, and gave it to the couple of the kids. And let me tell you, Natalie's high strung as it is, but Fiona, she drank 2 of these 16-ounce bottles of Surge. That kid, and this was at 3 o'clock and at 2 a.m., and she's still running to the apartment like it's the Olympic sprint games. I'm like, God, I'll never do that again. But I'm going to be that type of dad. I'm going to make sure I give her one before I drop her off with her mama. Come on, anybody.
Sugar load and say your problem.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, she'll remember it too.
She got into Natalie's Frappuccino. Those iced coffees you can buy at Walmart and put in the refrigerator. She got up. It was, God, when was it? Right before Christmas Eve of last year. And like Fiona, I guess I fell asleep. It was the 23rd. It wasn't Christmas Eve yet. It was right before right before Christmas Eve. And she went in there and drank like 3 of them with a straw. And that kid was up for like 3 days. I mean, she didn't crash. I mean, she had her circles had circles. I mean, it was that bad. I'll stick with Dr. Pepper Mountain Dew. I don't know, Eric, man. It'd give your Mountain Dew. I'll tell you what, if you're over the age of 40 and you need energy to get up and do anything like mow the yard, take the wife on a 7-hour shopping trip, drink a Surge. You'll be all right.
Nah. It for me, it's a Mountain Dew for energy and Dr. Pepper for taste.
See, I like Mr. Pibb, but I'm a weirdo.
Well, I like Pibb too, but you can't find it everywhere.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There are some places in the U.S. where you can't get it.
Yeah, Texas is
Dr. Pepper was born in Dallas.
Yeah,
where I grew up.
See, I remember when I was a kid, I grew up in Nevada. So everybody in Nevada drinks Pepsi. I swear to God, it's crazy. At least where I was.
I can't drink Pepsi. It's like it tastes like an off thing of Diet Coke.
I don't like it either. My mom loves it. But regardless, so anywhere you went, fast food places, 7-Eleven, every time you went, you got Pepsi. Oh, it's out. It's out. It's out. It's out. So I just started learning, just get Dr. Pepper. It's always available. Come to Texas. Go to get Dr. Fuck, it's out. God damn it.
Yeah, it's
complete reverse.
Like somebody told me that Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb are about the same. No, it's not. It's close, but you could be blindfolded and you could put a Dr. Pepper and a Pibb in front of you and you'll be able to tell you which one's which.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Mr.
You'll be
Pibb,
able to tell they're different. You may not remember which one's which.
Yeah, see, Pibb is easy. Pibb is actually cherry cola with some basically like spices added. It's slightly different, but it's cherry cola. Mm-hmm. Dr. Pepper, on the other hand, its base is based on a prune extract. So one is based on prune juice, basically. The other is based on cherry Coke. So, but they do have a similar profile on their taste.
Yeah, I could always tell the difference, but that's just me.
Yeah, Cheerwine is good, Mary. I will give you that. I like it better than what we get here in Texas, which is Big Red, and Big Red is ridiculous. It makes Surge look like a child's play.
I love Big Red.
It's like 9 kinds of sugar in that stuff. It's crazy.
And the problem with that is what? Jesus. It's a great bubblegum, cherry, strawberry, unknown flavor soda that's red and will dye anything.
You could pour that on a piece of fiberglass, let it sit, and then put another piece of fiberglass on it, and it would stick, and it would never come apart. That's how much sugar's in that crap.
And with most sodas, you can dissolve a nail. What's your point?
So you guys know that Coca-Cola, if you get a true Coke, you can pour it over rust and it eat the rust away, right?
Yeah.
You can do that with orange Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It actually works better with orange Kool-Aid.
So the crap we're drinking and put in our bodies, we can literally use for automobile use.
Yeah, but there's no rust in your stomach lining, so
No, but there ain't much
There's
of a
no stomach lining left in your stomach lining.
But I had a customer on Sunday give me a tip. Gave me a fifth mason jar of Kentucky pure moonshine. This stuff was ice cold. I didn't drink it. Obviously, I'm a DLT driver. I waited till I got home. Wow. I'm talking about heartburn. My God, it burned all the way down, all the way out. But it is some of the best. And you know what? I left it on the dining room table, and it was still cold. Oh.
Well, you do keep your house at Arctic conditions, too.
You know, I can't help that my kids don't like it. Like last night, I was sitting in my recliner. I was working on some help desk drama that I'm going to stroke out over. I will probably breathe, Steve. Anyways, and Natalie comes out and she's got these wool football socks on, pulled all the way up to her knees, and she's got like sweatpants on, and she's got a hoodie on, and she's got earmuffs wrapped in the biggest blanket she had, and she's like, "It is effing cold in here." And I'm like, "I'm sweating. I'm going to turn it down some more." And poor Fiona was wrapped up on the couch like a burrito in like 3 blankets. And she's like, "Daddy, please turn the air off, turn it up, turn something on." She's like, "I'm willing." She's like, "I'm going to go put my feet in the oven and just turn it on." I'm like, "It is not that cold." But let me tell you, I guess if you're old and fat, you can't tell when it's cold, because these poor kids, Fiona's teeth were chattering. That's how cold I had it last night.
I mean, just because you're a polar bear with insulation.
That's what I say.
Oh, okay. I got a question for the audience. Is Rob in here? Rob Learn?
Is the 8th commander of Starfleet in here?
9th.
We have some bad news to you. Actually, Rob, brother, it ain't me. I am not going to bust your bubble. It's the lieutenant. It's the idiot.
Hey, it ain't me either. It's Higdon. Higdon wrote it.
Oh, snap. Jeff Higdon, you're in the hot seat.
He was the historian that wrote that article.
Hey, look, Hooper's here.
Hooper.
Natalie ain't paying no bill. She can deal with it.
Not yet. What? Texas number. I don't know you, though.
Well, she's going to be getting a job soon, she told me. So I said, "You do know you start paying bills, right?" Dude, nobody left you a voice message. Nobody wants to talk to you. Hang on. I'll call you right now. I'm going to call Russell Camp just so I can be a douche. Hang on. Mm-hmm.
Stirring up hate.
There is no hate in Starfleet. We are all family. We're like brothers.
Stirring up drama and llama.
What do brothers do?
Pick on each other. Oh, come on.
I had one of my crew members calling me. He needs a ride in because his normal ride is on vacation. So he don't want to get screwed out of hours.
Eric
we really need him.
Steve, if there is more than 10 degrees Celsius between inside and outside your home, you're required to require an airlock to stop thermal shock. Let me tell you, if my kids get thermal shock, they can put on some more damn clothes. I'm just saying.
Or just have them run in place. That's what we used to do in Nevada.
I tell you what, though, I got to drive a truck today. Dude, you could hang slabs of meat in this sucker with this air conditioning. I had to turn it down. I was like, holy shit. It was cold.
Antonio, if you come down here, you got a couch to sleep on. So
careful. He gets up and randomly does stuff in the middle of the night.
So do I. Like what's behind all of our little screens right here. So Rob wasn't here, I take it?
I guess not. So do you want to break the news to everybody else?
Well, you can. You can just put it up. It's on the overlays as well. At least it should be. Yeah, it's in the overlay.
Which one is it?
Commander wall.
Oh yeah, hang on, guys. So this, so every Commander Starfleet has their own personal seal. Okay, I'm part Scottish, so my heritage, is I'm half Scottish and half English. So I kind of go more towards my Scottish side because that's the side that I grew up with, the history, the traditions. So Russell helped me develop a Commander seal. And this is what the because I'm the 25th Commander of Starfleet.
No, not 25th, 23rd.
No, 23rd would be Robert Westfall.
Unless there's some extras in there, even counting the interims, it's 23rd. We went through all of it.
Okay, yeah, because my understanding is Robert Westfall was the 23rd, Dan Toole was the 24th, I'm the 25th.
Yeah, give me a second here. Let me.
But anyway, here's my steel. It is a Scottish.
Okay.
So the yellow there, that is my clan's color.
Looks kind of like a kilt pin with a shield of arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of took his basically his sigil, and kind of took a coat of arms with it, and then kept the sigil as the ring, because all the seals are always rings for some reason. But yeah, I kind of just played around with it. But yeah, let me find it here, because Alex and I went through and figured it out, because the one that Higdon made hadn't been updated since Wayne, and he was the 19th.
Yeah, Teresa Bristow was also Commander Starfleet. Even briefly, she was still sworn in as Commander Starfleet. And then you had Robin.
Yeah, he counted all of them. That's what I'm saying. Because you had Bradbury, Longshaw, Hetherington, Wench, Stillwell, Booth, Smith, Maddox, Lerman, McGinnis, Herring, Michael Smith.
Right, where the Connies represented.
Yeah, Les Rickard the first time, Mike Malott, Livingston, Les Rickard the second time, Lazard, Blazer, Kellogg, and then it goes on. I had to go back to the chat with me and Alex. If I can find it.
What was Sal? What was he?
Who?
Sal Lazard.
17th.
Family.
Close the door.
Hello.
But yeah, he was the 17th. Let's see.
It has arrived. Do you see my new seal?
No.
Yep. They come in like gangbusters.
This is a quiet group.
Since I'm Scottish.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I put the Connie in there, the family sigil, the 3 divisions, his rank pin, which, by the way, I hate making those things.
Hey, Russell, Robert has a question for you on the screen.
So it would be that ring that goes around the seal is effectively a belt. So that would be the belt tip.
Did she dye her hair? Yes, she did dye her hair. It looks a little purple to me, but she says I'm just blind.
It's red. But hello, Russell. Hello. You're the only one I remember, so.
Nice. But yeah, my daughter just dyed her hair too. She dyed it purple.
So she'll have to get rid of that hair color before school starts.
No, not if I do homeschool. If you want.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, mine. She can have whatever fucking color she wants.
Homeschool.
Okay, I'd rather have my grades up and down.
She can even do ROTC. She can officially, per the CNET rules, she can be an ROTC with any color hair.
Yeah, but
Not according to our drunk senior chief.
I don't know. I had a guy that had blue fucking hair. Blue. Like, blue. I don't know. Like,
how many years ago was that there, Dave? Russell?
Blue. Like, actually, the farther time ago,
And
like,
local commanders can always make it tighter.
Oh, so that bad boyfriend got her so messed up she got to dye her hair. Oh, Hoop. Oh, I got a question for Hooper. Which one of those bikes was yours earlier? Daughter has blue hair. Yeah, blue's not bad color.
Till it fades to green.
Yeah, till it fades.
Yeah,
You're
it
a
does fade
Smurf.
green. Purple turns red usually.
This is a quiet group.
Yeah, a little quiet.
This wasn't a planned one. This was, I missed talking to everybody. It was a Monday.
Nice. That's the one I like too. The wood grain one's
Mine
nice.
is the famous. No, Antonio. Kicking you out.
Last Thursday. Good God.
What was that?
Oh, Hooper. He bought his bike last Thursday.
Is it a bicycle or is it a bike?
Oh, it's a man's bike. It's a Harley.
My brother, so everybody that knows the Trail of the Dragon in North Carolina, it's like 110 turns and like 3 miles or something like that.
Yeah,
My brother went down it and he wrecked it and shattered every bone in his left arm all the way up
Wow.
on a crotch rocket, being an idiot.
Well, there's your first mistake. Crotch rocket.
Yeah, it's not a man's bike. It's a clown bike.
I was gonna say the first mistake.
Lauren,
What now?
good night, ma'am.
Let's see.
We'll see if we can get Antonio DeAngelis on, and he can talk a little bit about his work he's doing with the translation team.
Ooh.
Antonio DeAngelis the third.
Clown guy.
Clown guy, that's right.
Clown guy.
The guy that crashed on our couch.
Yeah, the guy that crashed
Oh.
on. That's because your brother doesn't believe in any form of bike safety. No,
He had his jacket on.
he had his jacket on, but that
and
was
he
it.
had a helmet.
And he had a helmet. But no, Hooper, he'd go
Oh,
down Park Avenue and he'd Facebook Live you and he'd turn his entire body around and drive one hand and he'd be filming you and you'd be in the car behind him. That's how much of an idiot he is. I say that with lots of love, but yeah, it's true. Eric, they had to put. He has it. I don't. He's in a big ass cast. He's not home yet, so.
Yeah, there were both my girls. I still have one of them. The R1, the sport bike got stolen though.
It's because you're down in Texas.
Pretty much. That and it's the most sought after, one of the most sought after freaking sport bikes in existence. But
Antonio DeAngelis, are you coming on, or is it? Do we need to draw pictures with the crown? Oh snap! Everybody, be careful. It's the aide de camp. He's in the house. It's about, hey, Mr. Clean. Woohoo! Okay, there he is.
clean,
Oh.
Mr. Clean.
Howdy, howdy.
Hooty hoo. Kind of feels weird being on this side of the screen again. I haven't been on here in so long.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Why don't you tell me about the translation team and what you got planned and what you're going to be doing?
All right, so basically what we're working on is the translation of all of our material, handbooks, testing, all that good stuff. I don't know where to look at. Oh my gosh.
Because they were bought specific.
Into a variety of languages, if not as much as possible as we can long term. Right now, we got a simple little crew going on. We got Espanol, several dialects being translated, and also the most basic Espanol is what we're trying to do right now. We get some French members. We got someone who can speak German, and all that good stuff. Also, in addition, what we're trying to do with the materials, we're going to try to put it on audio in that particular language. Or those particular languages, I should say, not just that one. So if you're international members, you can speak English, you can write English, and you're able to translate all that or even speak it into your own language, we could definitely use your help. Also, if you know someone who can do it, not really a Star Trek fan, but is willing to join the SFI, they're more than welcome to. The more the merrier, right? So that's some of the stuff we got going on over there.
So yeah, our main goal is the two languages we're going to start with first is Spanish and French. Our goal is to try to get
On the trial out here.
our goal is to get every language we possibly can within reason, I should say.
Yeah. Have you touched Antonio, have you touched bases with anybody from All Access on the audio portion?
Yeah, I just got apparently I got an invite from an individual from that group. I'm gonna have to check it out later.
Man,
Yeah, because that's a little bit up their alley. They definitely be wanting to get it in every language, but also including English.
Awesome.
Yeah, Hooper
definitely
has a
get with
good. Hooper has a really good point there. Don't forget Mandarin. We have a large untapped market there. That's an understatement and a half. There is a large amount of cosplayers and stuff that love Star Trek over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have someone I do believe they can translate Japanese. I know it's not Mandarin, but so I mean that's a start in that general area.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely.
Well,
definitely
Hooper,
want to
if you can, please touch base with Antonio so we can get this going. Because all I've seemed to be doing is fixing taxes and IG investigations. I haven't been able to actually start doing what I want to do.
I was like, but that's what you like to do.
No, I don't.
Oh, believe me. Hey, guess what? I'm actually doing something for once for my vessel, for my ship. It's amazing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I'm barely doing anything with my unit except for a couple of meetings here and there, and they're probably going to be asking me soon. Where's the next time we're volunteering at the Cat Shelter? Cat.
I can't help it. When you work with the Commander of Starfleet, you guys are busy.
actually,
Yeah.
it hasn't been that. It's just been all the side projects. Like I just had to go through my org chart and figure out what I need right now as far as people, and get like basically the want ads for the HR site figured out.
Well, that reminds me, I've got to write the advertisement for HR tonight and for membership processing assistant.
Oh, is she going to be out for a while?
She should have had an assistant already because we have Brand, who is a regional coordinator. He's also member services director. He's also members processing, and he's working in the help desk. Now he has to do HR. He's got way too much shit going on.
And question on her position, is she the one that's basically going to be receiving, like, somebody joins and then she's the one updating database and all that, or
You're talking about HR?
yeah?
No.
Okay, so just the positional hiring.
That's just for the inside positional hiring.
Yeah, she should have had an assistant. Because especially with, I think the last time I checked, we had like 50 something openings.
Did you just fucking hiss at me?
Damn straight, you tried to bite me.
God.
What is this? Like snake jazz over there?
I swear to God, when we have Doug Drexler on and the other guests that we have scheduled, I will make sure my kids are gone or hogtied or handcuffed somewhere in the house away from my bed.
Oh, she's gonna hate. She doesn't get to be there when we have those guests on.
No.
Wait, what kid?
Oh, that's good. She's gonna hate you.
From Star Trek.
She doesn't even know who they are.
Hate you.
But that's cool.
No.
But that's like famous people.
Exactly.
But it's not
Yeah,
Captain.
but you don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
You don't know who they are.
It's not just that Supernatural. If it was Supernatural, you could hog tie me to a post.
So-
I'd come in-
That was like me being on an airplane from
Did
freaking
you
New
all?
York or whatever,
I'll have to
and
find
going all the
it.
way to Roma.
I'll have to send it to you, Antonio, and Russell if I can find it again. Jensen Ackles is supposed to be trying out for the Star Trek New Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
But I got to now.
Oh, you know, he looked so hot in his little black and
Well,
white.
here's one Natalie will probably hate. I haven't set out the date, but I've already made the contact with, and he's all for it. I'm actually going to get Jim Beaver on at some point.
Who?
You get to meet Bobby? No.
Jim
No.
Beaver. I met him a couple years back. I met him on the set of Deadwood.
No.
But
Ah!
Okay, what were you saying now? I couldn't hear you.
He's got
do you remember the Western show called Deadwood?
Yeah.
He played Ellsworth, but he also played a character in Supernatural.
Bobby.
Bobby Singer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I sent a thing out to him, and he replied
Listen,
saying
we can be best
he'd
friends.
definitely come
We can
on.
do
So
everything. We can be buds now. Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say Hooper probably has some freaking phone numbers, if not.
I want Mark Shepard.
Well, it depends on what phone. Hooper's got the black phone, just like, you know, the black.
The black phone.
And then he's got the phone numbers for all the convention people. But the black phone's got like 2,000 people in it. You know,
Oh, the little black phone.
yeah.
MacBook. My glasses are reflecting.
Yeah, we used to have a name
I'm
for
not
those in
giving
the
this
Navy.
up.
We called them our chicken head phone.
Coordinating.
So
I'll take an address.
She just wants to lick the boots of Jensen Ackles. Look,
she did disagree. So
Was she crushed when the show ended?
It's not over yet.
oh, but she was when they announced it. I laughed.
Jesus,
He was
so
crying.
much.
Don't give me
hate
any
in
damn
that
spoilers.
voice.
I haven't seen anything in the last season yet. And I just saw a picture with them too with the babies. I don't want to know what that's about either.
I've only seen like 4 episodes of the new season. I cried every single one of them. So
Yeah, that's still 4 episodes I haven't seen yet.
I'm about 10 into it.
I mean, I could probably predict what has happened during the past 4 episodes since, you know, it's past 12 years has been a pattern.
Mhm.
Obvious pattern.
People dying, people burning. Yeah, usual.
Pretty much.
Coming back to life. Coming from
Mhm.
other dimensions.
Well, honestly, if Crowley
Taking turns of which
comes
one's in
back to
trouble.
life, that would be amazing.
Sam dies.
Again?
That's like saying Daniel dies in Stargate. Doesn't tell you a damn thing.
Hey, I can go through her cell phone.
I need my glasses.
Why isn't my thing working?
You guys might
Or
touch
like
it.
saying Brandon Braga isn't going to make another reset episode.
So our goal is we're trying to get people to come on that's not just Star Trek.
Oh yeah, like I'm aiming for sci-fi in general, cast and crew. I'd really like to have the crew on because, in all honesty, yes, it's awesome having cast, but a lot of us are fans, and going back years, as long as I can remember, SFI has almost always had one ship that's basically dedicated to a fan film. So like we have Dreadnought Dominion right now. That's one. And we have a number of others. And I remember way back we had the Angelus with Hidden Frontier. So it's always been around, and a lot of times talking with the people who are crew, they can actually impart a lot of that knowledge to those people that are interested in maybe doing their own fan films and going down that route. And yeah, don't tell me the fact of like the minefield of which it has become making a fan film, but it's definitely, you know, still a valid endeavor.
That's true.
So finish my saga before November. Got it. All right.
Who's Mike Okuda?
Michael Kuda. Russell's working on that.
Actually, Ed, yeah, I've already sent feelers out. I sent them through Denise. So, because I don't actually have Mike as a friend.
He and his wife.
But
Sets of
but yeah, I'm actually trying to get both of them.
Generation
so.
Deep Space Nine. I mean, they wrote books and Trek manuals, and I've got them personally on Facebook.
That's
I also
weird.
have the guy that played Lieutenant Colonel McQueen in Space Above and Beyond. I talked to him the other day on Facebook for about a good hour.
Must be nice knowing famous people.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
here's the
It's all
thing.
right. I mean, there's a lot of drama. I mean,
One day,
I'm kidding.
I'm in high school. I'm used to drama, believe me.
one of your, one day,
It's
you
a different-
see other
it's
people
actually
be
not
so
really
old
that-
and nobody cares
that
about them,
different,
and then people can just add them on Facebook.
I got a few famous people on my Facebook.
yes.
I do
My
not.
actual.
Antonio, a fleshlight does not count.
Well, you know what? Just
famous
because
for
you're not
everything.
into heavy metal, I mean, who do I got? I got Jackie LaPanza. I got
Russell, look at that.
Ian Holt.
who
That'd
played
be
Aron
awesome.
Rich, the Joint of
That would be
Watson,
cool.
Maybe Russell should think about bringing Hooper on his staff. Hint, hint, hint. Since he knows everything and has numbers for everybody. Hint, hint, hint.
Yep, make them work. See what happens.
Video on Dexter on Saturday. There's a chance JP.
Yeah, if he wants, I might do it. We'll just have to look at it.
Four-time world champion.
Oh,
But yeah, like
yeah.
so much stuff.
Send me send David Sorry,
Why
send all
not?
that stuff to Russell Camp and he'll bring it on. So we actually have a bunch of Scottish people in Starfleet, and we were talking about making our own tartan for SFI, and we actually have a group about it, and they actually pretty much I believe is done. Is that correct? I think that is. David Weber. I'd like to ask him why I can't understand any of his damn books. I've tried reading the what is that? Basilisk Station, I think that is. I couldn't get past like the second or third chapter. I just can't catch on.
Well, anything with more than 2 syllables gives you some trouble there, Steve.
I know. You know why, don't you? This thing.
Well,
You're thinking of me.
Wait a second. Why are there glasses on them?
On who?
Oh, I'll show you in a second. I think David's sending it to me to post up here, but I gotta. No, I don't want a shortcut. There we go.
Everybody took their glasses off.
I have mine. I don't know where they're at.
These are barely even prescription. I had eye LASIK back like in 2008, some bullshit, and
So David, I can show these, right?
like 10 years later, I have like a 0.05 in like one eye. I don't know. 2020.
Oh, okay, I get you. So
That's
which
not
one's which? From the
that's
upper
not a
left to the lower
prescription.
right. I know which one's the hunting. The last one's the hunting.
The first syllable. Kiwi.
And Hooper, to answer your question, is Glasgow.
Glasgow.
That's where my
How's Antonio going bald and blind and still more handsome than me?
Hooper.
That's more your
You must be
fashion
blind
choices,
because I'm
Hooper.
ugly.
Hooper, he's probably been in jail less than you have too, though.
So there's the tartan designs
That's
that
true.
they
It's only
basically
been what,
come up
3
with.
times.
3 times
So-
in a year.
I assume that the first one here in the upper left is the main tartan.
Hang on. David, why don't you just come on, dude? Send me a message.
Have I met this one?
Here,
Yeah.
give me a
He's
second.
the one that looks like the
Get
Viking.
Hooper on here too. We got one from one more.
He looks like the Lord of the Kings.
There you go, David.
The Hobbit, dude.
I know that the bottom
Did you
one
say
here
Lord of the
that's very,
Kings?
very
Lord of the
plain is
Rings.
the hunting. Is the hunting tartan. This one right here. I don't know what this one is.
I can tell you that 2021,
Huh.
I will have my Starfleet top and my Celtic bottom.
You're gonna be walking around in a skirt.
Excuse
It's
me.
not a skirt. It's a kilt, woman.
Okay, well,
They would kill people that would call it a skirt.
Let's look at this. It's the same difference between a man's shirt and a woman's shirt. A kilt cinches on the opposite side of a woman's skirt.
Hooper says
That's
he
coming
has
from a culture that can lift logs for sport.
Hooper says
Yeah,
he has a
Cabers.
guest behind him, so that means he has a female with him.
Oh, I thought it said it had a quest there. I'm like, what is he playing? WoW?
What's up, Ellen Imadollar? Just got your thing.
Send David an invite.
Mary, I love JG to death. Don't get me wrong. I've known him for years. I love him to death. But in good conscience, anytime you talk with that man, it gets into politics.
Oh,
JG Hertzler. Yeah.
oh yeah, exactly. Great guy.
You can't do anything about it. It just happens.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But like, I talked to him. I was on a 3-way chat with him. Not this last time Alec had him on, but the time before that. And like 5 minutes in, he was talking about politics and Trump. I was like, oh, I'm not. I'm staying out of this conversation.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He has his reasons, and a lot of them are valid. And I'm not going to bad talk the man, but we are trying to avoid as much as possible direct political conversations.
You know what?
Our shows.
I'd vote him for president of the United States. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I
Jason,
might too, but my only problem is just then we wouldn't have him like
welcome to the
around.
Vikings.
Like, he'd be in the White House and not available to us.
Look, he's in Kim Donahue's attic again.
Yeah, you're back at Kim's house.
Those attic trolls, I tell you, man. All right, so explain those again. Russell,
All right.
come back, please.
So here's the I put glasses on them because it's a sneak peek and I didn't want to give away all the secret. But basically, these are the 3 designs, the tartan designs that the group has come up with. And what we are going to do is we're actually in the process of, we're going to submit all 3, but we're going to make a recommendation of which one we feel is the best. And so you've got on the upper left, you've got one that has obviously the red, blue, and gold, and it also has silver and black in it. And then in the center, you've got basically black as the background, and you've got a little off gold, a little off blue, and a little off red. And then in the lower right-hand corner, you've got a dark blue background, yellow stripes, and then you've got blue over red. Yeah, light blue over the dark red. So this was basically looking at uniform colors, looking at meanings of the colors, and trying to find a pattern that we felt best represented the meaning of Starfleet and the work that Starfleet does. So you can see there's 3 almost drastically different selections, and we're going to submit all 3 of these. But we will be making a final recommendation of which is the main one we think would work best. And then we get to move on to the next step, which is figuring out how to get it woven and how to make it. Well, we have to register it and then get it woven and all that fun stuff. So,
well, I was trying to tell you before, David, if you get it registered on the National Scots Registry, I got to remember the company name, but there's a company in Scotland that'll automatically make it. If it's a registered tartan, they make the fabric. They'll see it as new and they'll start just producing it.
Okay.
Get the expectation that they're going to have kilts. Because when I got my personal done for Campbell Clan, because I'm actually a direct line off of the Campbell Clan. So when I had my tartan accepted and put in, they actually made a bolt of fabric for me. So if I went and bought from them, they had it available.
Okay.
So,
David, Natalie.
Question.
David,
Yes.
Natalie, question for you.
Why can't girls wear kilts?
Girls can wear kilts.
You
They have-
liar.
I
they have
told him no
they have
because-
kilted skirts.
They just aren't called kilts. They're called skirts.
Then it's the same freaking thing.
No.
To a point. So a kilt, the difference between a kilt and a kilted skirt. They look identical except for two factors. One, a kilt cinches from the wearer's left over top of to the right, whereas a woman's kilted skirt is the other way.
What do you mean cinches?
So where it connects. So it's a big piece of fabric, right, that wraps around the waist.
So they just wrap up.
So you have one piece that'll come around and connect here, and then you have a little belt, and you put the belt through, cinch it. And then it has a big plait that goes across that then cinches up again on this side, on the wearer's right. A kilted skirt is the other way around because it's a woman. It's just like a woman's shirt. Woman's shirt buttons on the opposite way as a man's shirt. That's one. The other thing is length. A woman's kilt is not generally as long as a man's kilt. Other than that, they are the same.
So when are you gonna make me look Scottish? This sounds cool.
I don't make you
Scottish looking.
If you would actually take the time and not laugh and joke and actually learn about it.
Sounds cool.
That's your advantage.
All I gotta say is that Tongan one you were wearing was ridiculous.
What was that?
Oh, he's talking about his rompers.
Oh, see, look, David, I'm gonna blow you up real quick. Hang on, I'll blow up.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, that one.
That's
Oh, so what the bagpipers wear?
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
Whoa.
Yeah.
That looks really complicated. Too much folding and.
But
folding.
my grandfather always said a true Scotsman never wears anything under the skirt, the kilt. Damn, I said skirt too. Fuck you, Natalie.
Yeah, you wear shoes and socks.
Yeah, just think, I'm no longer assistant Paducah, so.
Yeah, a true kilt. A true Scotsman only wears shoes and socks under his kilt.
Right.
God help
They're
him.
not socks, they're hose.
Yeah.
And nothing says that if you all decide you want to adopt all three colors or all three tartans, you can. It's just I know that there's certain cost things, like you have to have a certain amount of material or it's really expensive. So
My cheap one was a little over $400. The custom one I'm having done is closer to $600 for kilt, fly, and flashes.
Yeah, and I have Russell. You may know. I don't know how much it actually does cost to have the fabric made. Because there's probably a setup cost. There's probably.
It depends on the fabric. It depends on the maker. Some of the makers, like the ones in Scotland, like I said, if it's accepted by the National Scots Registry as an official tartan, they'll just produce it. There will be no setup costs. They'll produce it.
Okay.
I'm working with Atlanta Kilts out of Atlanta to get McEwen made, which is my family tartan. They are going through Scotland, and the cost of the weaving of the enough fabric to make kilts plus have backstock is included in the cost of the kilt that I'm ordering. Because it's a one-off custom, it's a little more expensive. So if we got a bulk order where they could print large or weave large rolls, the cost per kilt will come down.
Right.
So, I mean, if we got 8 or 10 made, it'd be a whole lot cheaper than me making just one per person.
We need a First Fleet daughter stream night. It would be hysterical.
What does that mean?
That would be scary.
Hang on. So think of it like this. All right, you got the president of the United States, right? President, vice president. You got the first family.
Mhm.
I'm the president.
Oh,
James
God.
Herron is the vice president, and you are the first daughter.
That is true.
Oh no.
And Antonio, if you're watching, if you have found out if we can take your motorhome down there to Tallahassee, this one's coming.
Tallahassee's hot.
I know. Imagine all
Can
the
I wear
chicks.
boots and jeans there?
And you wear whatever the hell you want.
You want to.
Want to.
You're going to want to because the bugs are the size of cats there. It's no bueno.
Small animals have been taken away by mosquitoes there.
Yeah.
The other fun thing about the tartan is that you can use it in different ways. So you can have all kinds of things made out of the tartan design. So
anything made out of cloth can be done in a tartan.
Right.
I've got neckties. I've got masks for COVID. You can do men can do trousers, women can do true skirts or more traditional skirts. Anything you would be willing to make out of wool, you can do it in a tartan easily.
Itchy. Why would y'all
Okay,
want to wear
all right,
something
David.
Whoa.
She has a question.
Yes, sir.
for you.
David.
Go ahead.
Yeah, which one?
Quilt's plaid.
Okay.
Why are
Plaid.
kilts plaid?
Yeah.
It's a weaving technique.
Itchy wool, it's like y'all are crazy if you didn't wear something underneath that, and that's the itchy wool. Like, nah.
Okay. One.
It's not that bad.
If you wear wool long enough and clean it long enough, it doesn't get itchy anymore.
Mhm.
It really doesn't. Because Steve, our dress uniforms are made out of wool. After you wash them a few times, they got soft.
Mhm.
I bet them things
Also, it was a way of, because of the way they were woven, it became an identifier for family groups. The different patterns are specific to groups. I have a reference book here that's 600 or 700 pages long. Practically every other page is a different pattern based off the various clan identifiers.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was a way to identify family groups.
And then there's also stuff like I have 3 kilts. I have 2 normal Campbell clan kilts, like they're what everybody's used to seeing, the Blackguard kilts. But I have a personal kilt, which is my personal colors, which is a slight variance on it. It has an off-white stripe in the weaving in part of the
How
tartan.
did they decide on colors? They did the family. I want these colors. These are mine. You can't have them.
You make a decision on the pattern you want. You go to the registry. They check their records. If it's an original pattern, you get it. If it's not an original pattern, you have to change.
Can I make a Campbell kilt clip, whatever the heck it is?
If you're willing to pay the money to get it registered, yes, ma'am, you can.
Hey, Russell.
I just read it. Yeah.
Natalie, one of the way we did this is that with the group that put these tartans together, we all had like a week-long conversation just on colors, just about what colors to use and how to use them, and then from there, we had 3 groups come together and design the 3 separate tartans based on the top 3 colors, top 3 color combinations that we put together. So.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Jeff
I have
Higdon.
a Gorn asking to be my friend.
Who?
A Gorn.
It's probably my ex-wife in disguise.
Richard Rutledge, but he has his avatar picture as a Gorn. Like.
So I'm gonna have to drop off here.
No.
But we will be finishing up our recommendation for the primary one and send it to you, Commander, by Thursday.
Are you guys going to be developing a manual on how they should be worn? Any accoutrements that's going to go with it, or that's authorized with it?
Well, that if you would like us to do that, we can. But at this point, we were just going to send you the 3 designs and have you take it from there.
You think you're going to get out of this, huh? No, that's not.
Hey, here's a question: have you narrowed down the comm badges to 3 or whatever you were going to do?
Actually, I have.
David, when you're ready for the manual, put me in on the development for the manual.
Okay, will do.
Okay, so all right, so comm badges real quick. Let me pull it up here. The one we had voted for. Crap. Hang on.
Is that a hot pocket, Russell? Oh, calzone? What is that?
Calzones are delicious.
All right,
Is that Taco Bell?
Oh, okay.
I want some Taco Bell.
All right, so we had 2. So everybody that submitted it went in front of the EC. We voted. One of them, all right. So one of them was this, but we're going to have an issue because trying to make this part.
I fixed it. I figured it out.
So that might be an issue. And then the other one is everybody seemed to vote for. Whoops.
Whoa.
Be the one I wanted. Be the one I wanted.
Number 4.
Wait, those are the things that they press and they say, "Beam me up, Scotty."
Yep.
Zoom.
And number 2.
Wait, what's that?
And then 14.
Why are there so many designs?
Those were
Yeah,
those
he
would
went-
narrow it down.
off the chain with that.
Yeah.
And he had that done in what, like days, wasn't it?
What?
All
Yeah.
those concepts. It was like within a day.
Yeah, he had all that. Yeah, I mean, and like this one here, if you look at it, so you see where the delta is on this one, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now imagine taking the delta off. That is the Psycore badge in the back
What's the side?
from Babylon 5.
It's really really close, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not
but it's close, right? That's that.
Yeah, it's really close.
Yeah,
kind
but
of.
yeah, he had all this to me within an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's like, I got ideas. Give me a few minutes. So,
He had this somewhere. There's no way.
dude, he's a damn machine, dude. He's doing some personal stuff that he's showing me, and yeah. So if you guys are needing like rank pips and stuff, we're going to be offering them magnetic and not pin for the collars, and
Jeez, that idea. Can we get that for ROTC?
shut up. And
But
so he's going to be making them, and he's going to give us a great price on them. And he's working with me on travel mugs. We're working on that. My next thing is I'm going to put a feeler out to get some people interested in designing a round SFI patch, a logo patch, something, because we used to have one a long time ago. We had it in the beginning of the Starfleet After Dark video, and then we removed it because it was the delta that's not supposed to be there. So we're going to try to get those out, and then I'm going to get those patches ordered. I've had a request to stock Section 31 patches at Quartermaster, so I'm going to be stocking those. And so I've got a big list of stuff that should be coming in the next several weeks. So
Nice. All right, I gotta go. Live
Have
long and
fun, David.
prosper. I will get those to you by Thursday.
just when you send it, just send me a message on Facebook saying that, hey, I sent it to you.
Okay.
All right, so have a good evening.
You too. Good night.
night.
320-ounce coffee mugs? No, I don't think I can find one that big.
That's an amazing idea.
Oh, by the way,
320
Natalie, if you
ounce.
want magnetic ribbons and stuff for your JROTC stuff, Vanguard.mil or VanguardMill.com makes them.
I think that's where we get our ribbon stacks from right now.
Yeah, but they'll actually do the flats because I used to do that when my junior year. I got the flats where they don't actually slip on; they're like made on the board,
Whoa!
and it was magnetic, so
problem
it
with-
like went.
The problem with that though is if your metals or ribbons change, you have to get a whole new board.
With Corona, we didn't do the end of the year ceremony, so we didn't get all our ribbons. So I'm still missing like 6 ribbons from sophomore year. So
They should give
Because I
it.
used to get Vanguard ribbons for my military uniforms.
Russell in your junior year, she didn't exist. You're right. I probably
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah, that's true.
How old are you, Russell?
37.
I definitely didn't. Wait, did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 14
You didn't
years.
exist in my
Nope.
senior
No,
year.
no, you wasn't.
dang it. Was I close?
No,
Dang it.
you were still swimming around
Wait,
in a
I
sack.
thought you were like 36.
I am 36.
Okay, and you had.
Mine is 14.
Wait,
what is
I thought you were 17.
I'm not going to discuss on live feed on when you were conceived and how old I was and how old you was and where it was conceived at.
I
Shut
know
up.
mom was older than you. That's all I know.
Oh, my God.
But what I was saying is in my case, I had every JROTC ribbon in Naval JROTC except for
I got you. Hang on. I got my
One.
uniform.
one, and it's the dumbest one that I didn't get because for some reason, being in Nevada, we never had the opportunity to go on a sea cruise. So
She's got that. She's got like 3 times.
yeah, it's like the closest thing we had to a boat was like some little dinghy in Lake Tahoe, and it didn't count apparently.
I got uniform.
You know, a sea cruise would count on a Coast Guard on the lake.
I have these. Hang on. Father, you're in my way.
Yeah, but the Coast Guard. Oh, let's see. Distinguished Cadet, Honor Unit, Aptitude, NS4, Outstanding Cadet, Outstanding Conduct, Exemplary Personal Appearance, Participation Ribbon, Unit Service Ribbon, Community Service Ribbon, Academic Award, which I think is misplaced. Color Guard.
Yeah, she was the color
I have
guard.
no idea what the hell that ribbon is.
Which
Recruiting ribbon, the one between recruiting and color guard.
one? Oh.
And then the bottom three are the ones you get from
Yeah.
other people, like Reserve Officer Association and stuff.
Hey, that's where I got one from the Marine people. and
She
the
got one
Reserve
from.
Officer
She got
and
one from.
Scottish people.
Yeah, she got one from. Bring me your certificate.
I gotta find it.
It's hanging up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hang on, I'll read you what she got.
Look, she has a campaign ribbon for bad boyfriends.
Dude, if it was a plaque that was signed by the president, she'd have like 4 of them. Just saying.
She better fix her picker pretty quick.
Hey, Hooper said, "Oh look, she has a campaign ribbon for bad boyfriends."
You have a campaign freaking ribbon for ass beating soon. Keep running your mouth.
So
sir.
she got a medal, and it's from the Scottish American Military Society. It's the SAMS Award.
Yep.
Scottish American Military Society. So yeah, that's the one. That's the ribbon and stuff
That
she
guy
got.
had a green and white and red and black kilt.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him.
I
He
bet
was
you.
short.
Yeah, I bet you he wouldn't have told him he had a skirt on.
I actually did ask him why he had a skirt on freshman year.
What do you say?
He said it wasn't a skirt.
Hmm.
I said it looked like one. Hooper, you got told. Boom. People like me here, Hooper.
Yeah, might as well.
What?
Somebody wants to come
See
on.
this guy,
Mm.
green and white and black.
Can't say no to him, so.
Who is it? I'll
Who's
say
like
no.
other than you? Who's the only other person I can't say no to?
Hooper.
What? I can say no to Hooper.
Who are you trying to say no to?
Yeah, we'll see in a minute because he's probably gonna log on. So
No, send me a private message, depending on who it is first.
Whoa, you just.
it's Jeff.
Oh, okay. Jeff is fine. No, Hooper, we can't have you because I don't know what the hell you're going to pop up with and say nowadays. So you guys got to remember, these broadcasts are now going to be governed by the comms department. So they're going to be sitting in the background, and if you say a cuss word, you're going to know about it.
You go, Jeff. Jeff a quarter.
Yeah.
I wish I was in the 80s.
What
I was born in the
Quata.
90s. What?
Quata.
No.
Donna Roselle. Hello.
That was really aggressive.
No, aggressive would be I have.
So a while back, I made a shadow box for my ROTC at the end of each year. The end of my junior year, I made one. I didn't make one for my senior though. Give me a moment. I'll share it so Natalie can see it.
dinner.
So,
That was really
God
good.
damn video. It's always something in the way. There we go.
Oh, look, she swallowed.
Spitters are critters.
Now I don't count the only ones I never put on. I never put on all of my stupid rifle team crap and
Well,
like
easily.
those things.
No.
Like I never wore them, and the ones I got for drill meets because
Hold
there
on.
was too many.
What's that thing?
So what is it between below your lieutenant commander rank?
That is a best in the West pin. So, I went to 5 different invitational drill meets. We had like a circuit. And if you got if you got a perfect inspection in all 5, you got a best in the West pin at the time. So that was basically all that was. But yeah.
Cool looking.
I need to put I got to put your name, White Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Where? I'm on there. Go now.
But yeah, the other thing I didn't put all my Civil Air Patrol. I didn't put all my Naval Sea Cadet ribbons because it would look ridiculous.
You look like General Schwarzkopf.
I was small, like I was short. I couldn't like Let me see if I can find an old yearbook photo, but because I couldn't wear them, like even if I had tried.
Our old commander for the unit last year had like ribbons upon ribbons like that far down his coat, and he'd put it on the hanger, and it just way down one side.
Well, we used to have PT competitions, and
Yeah, we still do.
I think we had like 5 a year, and if you got any placement in anything, you got a medal. One year I got like 6 medals.
Good Lord.
I was like, this is ludicrous. Like they're just everywhere. So I just stopped wearing them. Like I actually got in trouble a couple of times I think it was my sophomore year I started doing it. I didn't wear all my ribbons. I only wore the top 2 or 3 rows. Because if you wore all of them, it just gave you extra chances to get gigged. So I was like, yeah, I'll just wear the top 3. Good. Or wearing winter relaxed all the time. That was another trick. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Nothing much. How about you guys?
Sorry about the surprise tonight, Jeff. I got bored and wanted to talk to somebody.
That's what you said on the announcement. Or something to that end.
Hey, this one, I will say this. The fact that the commander has the ability to still talk, it's not an official segment, so that's not really under our banner. But
But you guys got to remember something. So it's under comms banner, and comms is under commander. So
yeah, it all falls uphill. But
yeah, it rolls uphill.
That's how poop works. It goes up the hill and then it comes back down faster.
Right. You guys talking ROTC, right?
Mm-hmm. You were in ROTC, right?
I was in Army.
Ah.
And long before, even before you guys, maybe not David, but was a gleam in your mother's eyes.
When did you get out, Jeff?
In ROTC?
Oh, I didn't ROTC. I was actual active duty.
Okay.
Ulysses S. Grant was still president when Jeff got out.
I wish.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, just because my first orders were report to San Diego and wait for the oceans to fill in. I'm not.
I graduated from high school in 1977, and I went into the Air Force. Didn't stay in too long, I'm sorry to say. My dad was Air Force, thought I'd follow him, and then it just didn't work out for little old me.
Yeah.
There's just some people can't.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
Like I only did 6 years. I went in wanting a career and then decided, no, I'm going to stay in 6 years and that's it.
That's what my daughter told me. I'm going in making a career. A little over 4 years later, she's out.
Yeah, she's like, no. Which service did she join?
Marine Corps.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. Antonio, where'd you go?
Yeah. Well, my dad was a Marine to start out with. Then he joined the Army. And then he transferred over to the Air Force.
Didn't make up his mind?
I think the Marine Corps, he got out and tried to go to college, and he found out he couldn't take that. And then he decided to go back into the armed forces, so he decided to go the easy way and went into the Army around the time Korea started. He'd already suffered through part of World War II, or the very end of World War II. And then while he was over there, they created the Air Force, and they decided to transfer over. When they were given an opportunity, it gave them a lot more opportunities, I understand. He was in for a little over 21 years.
My father were both Army. I decided to go Navy.
Navy.
I'm gonna look for something.
What?
Yeah, I was a career quartermaster. My job was to tell people where to go.
I was a coastie. It's all right. I'm not real. It's okay.
You're not as real as anything else.
You're real.
I mean, I was a careerist. They had to kick me out I was holding on to the bulkheads, kicking and screaming, saying, "No, you can't make me go." When,
Here,
when they finally got rid of me.
Hey, I got something to bring up, and
By all means, go ahead.
and people are going to see this, and they're going to say, "Huh? That's you? That's me." Where is that? This is taking my senior year in high school.
Let me know, and I'll share it.
They had cameras back then.
Yeah, they had cameras.
Yeah, there was a guy in the background with a chisel and a rock.
I mean, I got a dog on the few people older than me.
Back when you went to Office Depot and it wasn't paper and pens, it was slates and chisels.
Mud slates and reed pens.
Reed pens.
When I was teaching, that's what my students used to say.
Fine. Well, fine.
They had
Not letting
paper
you.
back then. I thought it was clay tablets and reed pens. No.
Dude, I get that shit all the time.
Stop and give me 20.
She's like, you went to school when the pterodactyls were flying around. No, I'm not your grandpa.
Yeah.
I said that to my great grandma
said
once. I got
explain
the
the sanctuary
crap
there.
smacked out of me with
Yeah,
a spoon.
Yeah, we didn't have any. Oh, yeah.
You're lucky it was only a spoon.
Well, she can't move that
How long-
fast.
The most fearful thing in my life was go get me something to beat you with.
I don't know what that's about. You see it?
No,
No, sir.
it's not coming up. You should have the
Nope.
share screen ability, and just pick your screen and then bring it up as the main window, and then we'll
Okay.
bring it up.
Okay. Let me cancel out of it then.
They just
Hey, tell me what to do. I'm sorry.
So down on the bottom of the screen, you should have share screen. It'll
Right.
be mute stuff. So click share screen,
Okay.
and then if you only have one monitor, just pick your monitor. And then after you
Uh-huh.
do that, go to the window where the picture is.
Right.
And we should be able to bring it up. Like once you hit share screen, it should show us a screen.
Okay. I'm bringing up the picture involved. I wanted to show you. Did it work?
No.
I can't
If
see
not,
it.
just send it to me. Just send
Okay.
it to me in a message, and I'll
Okay. Okay, cancel out.
Are you planning on playing basketball after football?
Okay.
football.
It'll get you your letter faster.
My letter.
Yeah, you get a letter jacket. Letterman jacket.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down just in case.
You know, I could get a Letterman jacket for ROTC.
I had one too.
I want to get one since you know we have to order them junior year to get them senior
I
year.
won't make the basketball team here.
Dude, if you can make the football team, you can make the basketball team.
Basketball team,
teams-
you have to try out.
Yeah, you don't have to
team's
basketball
easy
either
as
there.
heck to get on here. Even I got on, and I suck.
Let's see here.
Okay, you had to
Yeah, Antonio, I'm kind of with you there. I miss a lot of things about the Navy.
Okay.
but-
Just send it.
There
Just
we
send
go.
it.
David left too. Wow.
All right, let me share. What are you doing? I don't want that.
It was a letter
now
that
it's
came to that trick out.
Who's
Okay.
crying in the living room?
Control 0.
Probably Zayden because Fiona beat his ass.
The rear frame,
Mm-hmm.
and we were trying
What
to
is up with those lapels?
It's
It's like military school.
Trail 6.
Well, they used to put those blue things on the lapels.
When we got over there,
I don't know where that came from. There it is.
the Foster.
Were you like cadet infantry?
Look,
Um,
that was ROTC back in the day.
I don't know if we're cadet infantry. It's cadet junior army ROTC. I'm an officer in that picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to see it. It looks like one diamond, so that'd be a major.
Yeah, that's it.
That looks so much better than our uniforms do now.
Hey, shut your mouth.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
the
then
only-
again, you don't have salt and pepper anymore, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool uniform for Navy ROTC. Short sleeve white shirt. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was back when we had the khaki type uniforms for Class B. That was Class A.
Khaki uniforms are uncomfortable.
Just the shirt. We used the green pants.
Wash them in an entire bottle of Downy. That's what I
Yeah.
had to do to mine because we wore khakis for a mini boot camp and leadership academy.
Wait, y'all had green pants?
They
It was
Well,
Army ROTC.
Army.
every
Back
hour-
when, oh yeah, and the only difference today to that uniform is the number one, the blue lapel is gone, but number two, they wear green shirts instead of the brown shirt we did back then.
Yeah, they wear the mint shirts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe
Jason, if you want to come on, get with Russell.
Which Jason?
Tyranny.
Okay.
My daughter was 40 years later, 30 years later, I think, graduated from a junior ROTC before she went in the Marine Corps.
So what'd she do in the Marine Corps?
She was a cook.
Orange Counties.
A specialist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were going to put her into communications, but something happened and they switched her MOS.
Yep, because she made a sandwich one time, probably.
Probably.
Marine Corps is like that. They'll switch you quick.
Yep.
You
She
can make food. Like
Yeah, she got to go to Okinawa for a little over 2 years, and then got sent over to. She'd been wanting to go to California, so she got to Pendleton, and she loved Okinawa. She didn't like Pendleton too much.
Okay, found it. Now I gotta send it.
Can you scoot your chair?
Yeah, I get this. The ribbons that I wore, they changed them out at the beginning of my senior year, so I had to go and get new ribbons. Every one of them.
Yeah, see, I used to do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, I sent you the link. That is the link.
So,
Man, we are down to 8 people. Look at that.
It's because it's Monday. Everybody's like,
Hey.
I gotta work tomorrow. I don't want to, but I gotta work tomorrow.
I got work tomorrow too. I got to be halfway to Louisville by 6 a.m.
That's unfortunate.
oh my.
No, I don't
See, tomorrow's going to be my easy day. Wednesday,
Yeah,
I got to take Chris.
I've come to the conclusion anytime that anybody that works for me in SFI says, "Hey, boss," and that's how they begin the message and like Facebook Messenger, it's usually not something good.
Or there's another way. I need to talk to you before the
Yeah.
AMA.
Yeah.
He starts to panic.
Who does?
Russell,
Steve.
this question's for you. What about the CAG negotiations about getting the person on?
Basically, it's coming down to scheduling at this point. I'm trying to get both of them. The one that you sent me, and then also I think the actual whatever Klingon commander, King Klingon. I don't know what CAG ranks are.
Yeah. Hey, I got a
Guard
question.
killer. I don't know. But basically, I've sent out a message. I haven't gotten anything back from him yet, as far as what times he's available to be on.
Hey, I have a question, just to put an idea in your mind, Steve, about something. What are the chances of possibly getting Starfleet stickers?
You're talking about like clings?
Well, not necessarily clean. Something like you can put on your laptop. You could put it on your car. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, decal.
Nice
So
decals.
James is actually getting the window decals. He just got the logo back, and he should be sending that. Should be sent off, and we're ordering 1,000 of those.
Woohoo!
So
Woohoo! Is right.
Here
But,
you go,
no.
Natalie, real quick. I'll show you this real quick just because it's hilarious. I found it. This is my sophomore year in high school.
Holy shit!
Wow.
By the way, the
Wow.
guy to the other guy, he's a junior.
Well, we can see who's the brown noser.
It's just
I was
like
going to
now.
say
I do
over
everything.
Fever, but
Yeah, I would say,
Yeah.
look at me now. I mean, I'd still do the same thing.
Yeah, you like that fruit salad, don't you?
Actually,
That's what I
I
call it.
only wore it for picture day because I got told by my battalion commander that if I didn't fucking do it, he was gonna put me on freaking PT for like a week and a half straight. Because
Ouch.
what I would do, when we went to class, there was a loophole. So back in those days, NJROTC, you had summer working and winter working uniforms, which you could wear for any
All black.
uniform day. So if you were supposed to be in winter, you could take winter working and not wear any of your ribbons.
We also used to have khakis, all khakis.
So I would do that all the time. I would never wear any of my ribbons because I got sick and tired of failing inspections. Because you can tell how like sloppy those medals look on there. Like you couldn't keep the medals like flat, so you
Wait,
get a
hold
gig.
So you were an officer your sophomore year?
I was an officer my freshman year, actually.
Okay. So with us, when we become an officer, we have to wear service dress blues all the time. We are not allowed to wear khaki unless we are told that we can.
See, that was the thing. Uniform at the time, the orange book allowed you to.
I have that orange book.
You don't have the one I had. The
I
one I
have a
had was
different
like this thick. It was less
Mine's
than a
like-
quarter-inch thick.
Yeah.
The one you have is like that now.
Oh
That's-
no. Mine's thin. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I remember
Yes.
seeing one a couple
Russ,
years ago,
there
and I
you
was
go,
like,
Russ.
why is
you
there so
opened
much
it,
crap
You
in
said
here?
something. She's gone out.
Well,
you
she
got your
better
foot
have
in
it.
it now.
You put yourself in the doghouse, Russ.
But we used to get away with that stuff because it was just like it was ridiculous. And then later on, when they said we couldn't do that anymore, I would only wear like the top 3 bars of ribbons. I wouldn't wear all of them because it just got to be too much. The other thing is you can see how small of a guy I was. My lapel is covering literally half the board because we weren't allowed to do the Army thing where you actually maneuver ribbons around your lapel.
Yeah, no.
There's a
I-
straight brick of ribbons underneath that lapel.
I
Because that
left
was so small.
ROTC in the same program because I was the first cadet and the ROTC that she's in. I left that with 26 ribbons and 6 medals.
Hmm.
That's like all the ribbons, almost.
Almost.
I was a brown noser.
Yeah, we know.
Did
Like
you get
my-
meritorious?
Yes, like
Good
my
man.
I have to hear about him in ROTC every time I walk in that classroom.
because I was literally the first cadet to sign up the summer before school. They had all the semis come over there, and I was there unloading the semis. I was putting the ribbons in, the uniforms in. I got the
His crap
I'll get
was
with you, Brian.
in the ordnance closet.
the ordnance closet. I set that up so the racks that's in there, I built them, and those racks are still there 18 years later.
Yes and no, Antonio. It used to mean something. Now it don't mean diddly because they all get to wear it.
Them's fighting words.
What? Everybody gets to wear khakis now in the Navy.
No, they
Okay,
have.
they don't get the pants.
It's called
they
the
don't-
peanut butter.
What's peanut?
They don't get the pants,
Black
but
bottoms and,
whatever.
tan top. It's called the
so
peanut
like
butter.
what I had to wear last year, parking officer.
Yes, it's called the peanut butters.
But Natalie, I was a mustering petty officer my freshman year, and then because my mustering petty officer left the unit, and I was the guide on, and then my platoon commander halfway through the first semester got expelled, so I got made the platoon commander and got made ensign my freshman year.
I was chief petty officer halfway through freshman year, and then I became an ensign and color guard commander this year. Or
That's
sophomore
impressive.
year.
Sophomore year being a commander of a specialty team, that's not very common.
Yeah, we didn't have the color guard team freshman year because nobody would step up and do it. And then I was staying after school every day, even when we didn't have company.
I want to
staff
say
meetings
I
and
think it
different
had
stuff,
something to
so-
do with me because
It did not, because they make me work 40 times harder because you were in
Oh,
Yeah.
the commander, the senior naval science instructor, Lieutenant Commander Taylor, was my NSI instructor.
See, I wish my daughter could have that ability, but one of my NSIs passed, the other is pretty close to passing, and then the third one is at a different school entirely now. So
Oh, she hates it. She like my biology teacher.
Oh my god. That woman.
Go ahead and tell her about that.
First day of school, I hadn't talked to anybody in Kentucky. Didn't plan on talking to anybody in this class. I was put in the front of the class, and she points me out and goes, "Oh, you're Stephen Parmley's daughter. I taught your dad. You're the first kid who's I've taught their parent." I was like, really? This is not necessary.
So, Russell, here's the funny thing is when she started ROTC, the whole thing about this is she was in band, marching. Excuse me, stop. She was in marching band, and they require you to play an instrument. So she basically was sitting in the room, getting unsatisfactory, failing the class. So I said, okay, well, it was too late to get anything else. So the only class that was open was ROTC. And she said, fine, I'll just do it for the year. I won't do anything. I'll just sit back and won't do it. 4 days into it, she's like, I'm doing this, and I want to do that. I'm like, I told you.
The only thing I'm not doing is rifle team. I do ordnance, I do supply, I do admin, I do the XO's work, I help with the CO's work. Plus, I'm doing color guard commanding and everything except for rifle team.
I will say, rifle team has its advantages if you want to have a buttload of medals. Cause
I've gotten a couple from academic competitions, but
oh my god, like there was I wish I'd had the page in my yearbook. There's one of the juniors. She only has, it's fucking ridiculous. She has 1 bar of ribbons. She has like personal appearance, rifle team, and I think the recruiting ribbon. That's it. Nothing else. Not even the conduct ribbon. None of it. And then she has like a bazillion medals because she was like, Miss, I'm going to shoot everything. Like, but I remember like she would walk in for area manager's inspections, and she sound like a damn wind chime. You'd hear her coming from like 500 feet away.
You could hear our old commander like across the parking lot. We call him Jingle Jangle because you could hear him coming before you even saw him.
Now, he was the first ROTC cadet out of that entire program since it started to actually go to the Naval Academy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is this unit normally?
Well, when I had it, it was 150 cadets. Now
A
that
lot
she
of
has
people-
it, it's like 30.
Well, the thing with our school is, one, with the school where we're at in the town, a lot of people aren't interested in that, and a lot of people are very against the military where the school's at in the location of Paducah. And so a lot of people are like, oh, if you join ROTC, they're automatically going to recruit you into the military, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, nobody wants to do it, or they do, and they just don't try. So it's basically filled with a lot of kids that just don't give a crap anymore and are just doing it for extra credit. And then there's like the 10 people that actually sign up for everything and are keeping the unit going.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. My unit, we had... My sophomore year was the biggest the unit ever was. And we had like 600 cadets. We had almost a quarter of the school's population in ROTC.
How long was your area management inspections?
2 days.
Yeah,
Ours are only like 4 hours. top.
Yeah, it was 2 days. It
My
was a
sophomore
Saturday and a Friday.
my sophomore year, we had that was the biggest I remember it, but I might be wrong. But we had over 400, and that was a big thing. And that was the year that they made David Morrow the cadet captain.
Oh god.
So he had like 5 or 6 bars. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was the first one. That name's familiar because there's not too many cadets that actually get made full captain.
Yeah.
For the longest time, they didn't even have the rank for it. They had to improvise it.
I made commander. I didn't make cadet captain.
I'm going to try and go for EXO this year because company staff is very riddled with a lot of drama. And the people that got EXO and supply last year, I'm going to smack you, Fiona. People who got EXO last year have the teachers wrapped around their fingers, and that's why they got that position. So it's going to be very difficult this year to actually keep the drama and unnecessary stuff out of company staff because they sat there and skimped everybody hours on color guards and stuff. And a lot of people didn't get the ribbons that they actually needed. because those select few did not like the rest of the people that were in the unit.
Yeah, I can tell you that the assistant instructor they have is a senior chief. The one we had, he was a chief petty officer, and he was God, what was he? He was an engineer's mate. Anyways, he was Chief Spraggs was he was a submariner. I mean, he had to deal with the nuclear whatever the fuck you call that shit.
Yeah,
But I mean, he literally, I mean, they did everything. If you weren't, you got the ribbon, man. It's went to hell. The senior chief always comes in drunk. The lieutenant commander, he spent 28 years in the Navy, and now he spent damn near 20 years as an ROTC instructor. He's retiring. He's done. But see, like at this school, they also make the instructors, the assistant instructor and the senior one. I mean, they have to come into the school and, like, you know, substitute in other classes, lunch duty, this. I mean, they're doing a lot.
Yeah. I remember I maxed out my aptitude ribbon in ROTC by doing flag detail. So.
Oh, were you a baton girl?
No, flag detail, like in the mornings, going and putting the American flag, the Nevada flag, and the school flag up the flagpoles. And then in the evening, taking them back down.
We used to do that at Tillman every morning.
Only do that when, like, senior chief and commander will go out and do that, and then sometimes they'll send a couple of us out there to put it like half staff and such. But the only flag detail we have is football games.
When
I was there all 4 years, we did it every morning.
Yeah, I would say ROTC cadet was 3 cadets, two with our M1 Grand parade rifles, and then 1 with the flag. And we would basically put it up and bring it back down.
Yeah, we always had the captain, and then we had 2 people to man the pole.
See, in middle school,
and the school at the time was Gerald. The principal then was Gerald Ellington, and on the PA system, they would play taps when the flag went up.
That's what we did.
Yeah, see, we didn't get anything like that, but
oh yeah,
that would have been nice.
I mean, that principal is extremely supportive, and just the ones after that kind of went to hell.
Mm-hmm. What about Mr. Eagles?
He wasn't a principal at Tillman. Jason, you look all upset and sad over there. What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm just looking at my nice picture I have.
But you're never quiet though. That's what's concerning me.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard signed.
Oh.
And
I got a Kate Mulgrew one with a certificate of authenticity too.
She's on my list.
Yeah, it took me 9 weeks to get that one.
Oh, I have a place I get my stuff.
Well, guys, I believe we're going to call it a night.
I wanted to show you one thing and get a couple people's kind of question on it real quick because I'm talking with her right now.
Who are you talking to?
With Weilai, the uniform lady in China.
Oh, okay.
So I'm having her work on these right now. So, and I'm getting her to make them in children's sizes. So for cadet uniforms.
Okay. So they have the yellow, red, and blue. So,
well, they haven't made them yet. That's a Photoshop of their base ones. I'm asking her to make them.
Courses and stuff like that. She does, and she earns ribbons and shit like that.
They look good.
they look good.
But yeah, basically, my daughter just joined, and I'm gonna get her a cadet uniform. So I'm seeing about getting them made. But at the same point, I know there is a number of people in the fleet that have cadets. So I'm gonna post this up probably in members only to see about interest. Or I can't put it in members only. I have to put it in business only. As far as interest, if there is enough.
Put it in the members only because there's more there than the business only section.
Yeah, but it's an advertisement. Effectively,
end up getting driven.
You're asking a question about trying to get something for the cadets for a uniform. It's not really an advertisement. You're polling the membership.
Okay.
So if they have a problem, let them report it, and then it'll get deleted.
Right.
Okay.
I agree there.
Make sure it's nothing that we should be looking at your Facebook. You know, I don't want some like half-naked woman popping up there.
You wouldn't have that.
Or in your case, a half-naked Wookiee. I'm just saying.
Oh, ouch. Lester, you got told.
Russell gets told all the time. I call
Yeah.
Russell, you're Toad. Do this, please. I will say
It's like
this,
it's just my conversation with her.
I
So
didn't really clean
Besides-
Listen,
stop. Besides my aide de camp, I think I call Russell just about as much as I do my aide de camp in VCS.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
well, just think once we have the oh, Jeff, was that stuff sent to HR?
The stuff that you sent me.
Yes.
Oh, you wanted my approval. I didn't know you wanted me to forward it. Yeah,
I didn't know
I'll
if
do
you
it
were going to
tomorrow.
forward it or not. I asked him. So if I'm good, I can just forward it to him directly. So
Yeah, go ahead and forward it to them.
all right.
Yeah, they're
For the
okay. I
the
agree with you
jobs.
on your. I agree with your follow up.
all right. So
All right. Everybody, thank you for coming on. Y'all have a great night. And as always, live long and prosper.
Doses.
Where is it? There it is.